beating your head on a wall. Say no way, marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh, never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie, it's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way, marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. A lot of people think that marijuana isn't dangerous, but they're wrong. Because not only does it harm a person's body and mind, but it often leads users to try other, even more dangerous drugs. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh,
Good afternoon, everybody here in the flock. I've decided to call it a flock. What is it? The YouTube channel Just Saying She Has a Nest, and then another lady has she calls her group the Trailer Trash. So we're the flock, okay? You're in Robin's flock. Isn't that just chummy? Robin's Robin's flock. Anyway, you guys, happy Sunday. It's Sunday, March 9th. Got started a little late today. It was a special request from a sweet friend, and I was happy to comply. Hey, what am I gonna do? I have no life. So yeah, so sure. Glad glad to do it. You know who you are, eh? Um, okay, so StreamYard offered me, they're always coming up with new little features, even since I busted back to the free version. Um, they still make me these little offers. So right now I'm on something called Demo Scene 2. See my face is in a circle here? That is not a face. That is head jobby. Head jobby. Those of you who are familiar with something called Girl World on the YouTubes, you will get this reference. If other folks can cosplay, I can too, because I'm 12 years old, neener, neener, boo boo. But yeah, this is head jobby. And I've had a date today because somewhere in the world it's sundown. Okay, that is petty and juvenile. and I own it. But anyway, that's so anyway, see this round circle that Hijabi is in? Okay, that's demo scene 2. Okay, now I'm going to click on demo scene 1. Oh, that didn't change much. Well, it gave the StreamYard free background. Okay, so now that's just a black background. Okay, well, no great shakes. Well, I suppose if I had a custom background back there, I'd appreciate that, but I don't, uh, because my one of my adult children who happily butted into my life said, let's cut back some expenses. So I did, and StreamYard was and now, I just looked because special offer, it's still like a lot of dollars a month. I think I was paying 25 when I was working, but that's a third, a fourth of my grocery haul money. So new. But anyway, so there you have it. Okay, so that's huh, no big deal. So you guys, just before coming live, we had an earthquake here in California. I was just sitting here like setting up and opening the blinds and getting the the styrofoam head adjusted, and I sat back down and I just briefly heard a little rumble and then shake, shake, shake my chair. I shook in my chair a little bit back and forth. Woo, woo, woo. And then it kind of tapered off, but it went a little while, went a few seconds. Um, but yeah, it's always a surprise. It always perks you right up. It's it's closely akin. Well, in fact, it does trigger that flight or fight thing, and it's always yet flight. But there's no place to go. Any place you go, it's there's still earthquake happening. So anymore. I just sit here, or when it happens at night, I just lay there, wait for the ride to be over. You keep your hands and arms inside the car while it's in motion. But yeah, and then and then we always have the thought. We always have the thought, okay, now is that a foreshock for something bigger yet to come, or is that an aftershock of one that happened even years past? No lie, it can just. However, you know, you can always say, well, at least I'm not. Blah, blah, blah. At least we're not Japan. Japan has these big, because there, there's water going all through Japan, going through the volcanic tubes that a lot of the islands are based on. Yeah, so it's always moving, and some of the tubes collapse, but Japan is always moving. I think they even have like articulated concrete or in their streets so that it all gives with the constant motion. Woo, 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 woo. So I can say at least it's not Japan. So yeah. So I'm going to go over to the chat because I've just been blathering. Okay, so you guys, I've complained before about everything online and even stuff you get in the mail. Uh, the type on the page is not high resolution. It is not black. It's sort of a version of light black, not gray. Well, sometimes, well, online. Print, you notice it's gray. That makes me crazy. I want okay, I'm complaining. I want high contrast words on the page I'm reading. Is that too much to ask? I noticed that started happening a few years ago when we were like getting the boss's website all and doing stuff. And I started noticing it changing, what, 10? I want to say almost 15 years ago. I started complaining about, whose idea was this to make everything great? You want to save ink? What is that all about? So anyway, to get to my point, I'm going over here to read the chat. However, I have to get really close to the screen to read it. And ever since I got diagnosed with, well, I've got a cataract diagnosis years ago. But ever since the guy looked at me and he goes, "Whoa, yeah, they're cataracts." I mean, he just looked at my eyes but ever since I found out the severity, uh, I'm really noticing how bad my vision is. I mean, it's really bad. So I have to get really close to the screen. So over to the chat. Prairie. Okay, John was first up. John was first up. He popped in to tell me he wasn't going to be here. That's always nice. I should start doing that. Everybody start doing that. Get hold of all your friends and tell them you're not going to call them. I'm not coming over. Well, who asked you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. John, you're always just so sweet to just give us a shout, even if you're doing something else. You're appreciated. You are entitled to have a life outside of the flock. Yeah, you can go off on your own. It's all right. You know, never hold it against you. And then Prairie Queen was here. Hey, Prairie Queen. Um, you guys, earlier I apologized to Prairie Queen on behalf of the uh, the horse's haunch that is in charge of our country now. I apologized to her and I told her that I'm embarrassed on behalf of our country. Um, it's just, I can't, every single day, there's something new coming up. There are new headlines every day. The next thing that man has done or proclaimed or declared or announced and it's never anything benign ever. And then there's this big kerfluffle about them screwing around with Social Security. Um, okay, so one guy is talking about cutting it, another guy is talking about eliminating it altogether because we're a bunch of parasites. Hello, excuse me. I've been paying into Social Security since I was 15 years old. It's my money. It's mine. I am not a parasite for now accepting the money that I paid in to the big fund. Don't mess with my Social Security. But, that Social Security is a big gorilla, and there are a lot of us, and the numbers are growing because you know what? The boomers are all getting it now. We're the largest group coming up, the baby boomers, all us kids that were conceived after the war when all the guys came home and went, come here, let's make babies. I'm the leading edge of the baby boomer era. But, don't mess with my Social Security. But anyway, um, yeah, I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. And, my rule for a very long time has been to not talk politics because it for one thing, it's ever changing. It's ever changing. Uh, the lines are blurred all the time, and I just to get too you can get really wrapped up in it, almost to a state of, your anger and frustration causes endorphins, and you can get really hung up on that. And Nah, not for me. Life is too short, the clock is ticking for me. I am like September, October. I'm probably in the November of my years. I don't want to talk about it. And I used to be really okay. This is my show. It's all about me. I used to be pretty political in my youth. Pretty political. And I did protesting. I wrote letters. Um, yeah, voted. Boy, as soon as I was eligible to vote, I was there. Never missed until I started not giving a shit and realizing that it's all just a circus, all of it, all of it. But anyway, my tip off, okay, started here in California when we elected an actor to be governor here, an actor to be governor. Um, Ronald Reagan, an actor. He's an actor. And then, Mrs. Reagan, our first lady at the time, our national symbol of anorexia, with her Reagan red stylish coats. Handsome couple. But we put an actor uh, in, and then after he was all done being an actor in the governor's mansion here in California, he ran for president and won. And me who was, I was sitting in French class when Kennedy was shot. You know, I mean, rah, 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 Democrat, and so then, okay, I just stopped. And so I wouldn't, it was like I was grieving. I don't know what for. Politics have always been crooked, but, I guess just when you wake up to that fact, you go, okay, I'm not even having anything to do with this anymore. But now, it's like the sleeping whatever. Anyway, you can't help but notice what's going on in politics. You can't help it. You can't close your eyes. You can't bury your head in the sand. You can't ignore it. So anyway, I'm just appalled. I'm just appalled. And I try not to even read any headlines until I got coffee in front of me. Yeah. So anyway, I apologized on behalf of, my country. God. So anyway, and then Prairie Queen says, "Well, we're not too happy with our guy either." So okay, yeah, I guess it's all over. It's everywhere. Actually, it gets global. It's global. And when you're taught in school, man, no wonder I was, out there protesting, send our boys home from Vietnam, when I was young. Where was I going with that? Ah, okay, never mind, I forgot. I looked out my window and just the day is really beautiful, you guys. It's just stunningly pretty outside and it is what, 72 degrees. I looked outside my window and completely lost my train of thought. Y- Yeah. So anyhow, to continue down the list of folks I started to greet in the the chat. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. Okay, there's John I Prairie Queen. John Walkley. Hey, John Walkley, good to see you. Thanks for being here, my pal, my good pal. I'm only like at the beginning of the chat looking to see what you're saying and all that stuff. Everybody's being nice and there's okay. Another earthquake, Robin says, John, absolutely. And Prairie Queen says she's making the earth move. She still got it. I still got it. I still got it. Is that a goat? If you still got, what is the? goat. I knew it once. I looked up the definition of goat. Okay, John says it's been summertime weather today, so warm and relaxed. It, boy, doesn't that just make you all happy to look out and see, a pretty day, especially especially, not to humble brag, but especially if you have clean laundry delivered right to your doorstep. I have, oh, this morning, you tell these guys online, it's called Poplin, Poplin, Poplin Laundry Service. I fell in love. They hooked me with $1 a pound to wash, fluff, dry, fold perfectly and return it $1 a pound, and then you tip them. So, but then everything's gone up in price. So even okay, so after a year they raised it 49 cents a pound. I don't care. So for $1.49 a pound, and you can do scented, unscented. I go for the scented. Make it smell good, you guys. So anyway, the first time I did it, I had like 28 pounds of laundry. Cheap enough. And then the second time, when the cost went up, okay, so still 20 to 28 pounds, 25 pounds. Okay, so it had been a really long time since I had my laundry done. When did I get it done? October. I'm embarrassed. October. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I had 45 pounds of laundry. 45 pounds of laundry. Um, and so I could hardly drag it out to the door, to the porch, and then and so they take it, and this guy's really good, and he folds it, brings it. He picked it up like just a few hours after I placed my order, brought it back this morning. It was at on the porch right after 8 o'clock this morning. It's amazing. It is such a wonderful luxury to have that done. We have a little laundry place here down the path and around the corner. And they want you to use your phone now to used to be coins. I would lug coins out there too, but then I have, my heart attacks and then nope, I don't want to do that anymore. And so yeah, been getting my laundry done. It's just so, so, so wonderful. And it's not like I'm going to the office every day anymore and having to do lots of changes of clothes. I can wear the same outfit for 2, 3 days. You know, doesn't matter who's gonna know. I keep myself tidied up, after I get up in the morning, go to bed. But you know what I mean? I'm not dirtying clothes as quick as. But anyway, I got my laundry put away, hung up. I have stuff in my drawers. Everything smells so good. So, yeah, talking about my clean laundry. So, anyway, I'm going down. Okay, so I am scrolling down more. I'm scrolling down more. Okay, Prairie Queen says, what kind of dog is McGruff? He is a crime busting dog. I assume he's a bloodhound in a trench coat, but he's a crime busting dog. I don't know if that's a breed, but you look it up in AKC. Probably not. Yeah, bloodhound. Prairie Queen says happy. Okay, I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down. Okay, John says that's 2 quakes in a week. Yeah, and if you look on the stats, we've had way more than, yeah, we might have even had almost a dozen quakes in the past several weeks. Yeah. A lot of them you don't feel. A lot of them I can hear because this is an old apartment, and you can hear when we have like very subtle ground movement, my apartment will pop a little bit and crack a little bit. You can hear it. Yeah. But then, The ones you really notice are the ones that start rattling things, rattling windows and rattling, stuff in the cupboards. That gets your attention. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. Eileen Ebony is here. Hi, Eileen. Good to see you, sweet Petey. Thanks for showing up. Good to see you here. Thanks. How are you coming, Eileen? Okay, Eileen and I have talked about this, how we hate inspections. I get them. I live in an apartment. Eileen gets them. She gets like a once in a great while one and something. But anyway, and you always got to pick shit up. You always got to put things away. Got to hate them. How are you coming along, Eileen? Getting ready for that inspection that's coming. Oh God, I feel so for you, Eileen. I feel your pain and your aggravation but and we talked about this too. After you do all that and you bitching and grumping all the way through it, hating it, it feels so good. And, that's an accomplishment, man. Eileen, already you've done, woo, you've done way good. Just the pictures you've shown me of your organized self. Yeah. Okay, so John Walkley says, my nephew and his wife live in New Zealand and they have proper earthquake. Yeah, I've heard about, yeah, New Zealand. Mm, mm, mm. I always figure everybody else has it worse than us. Okay, John Walking says Japan is in the ring of fire. Yes. Okay, so, okay. I didn't cover my mic to cough, sorry. Okay, King of the Dad jokes. John Walkley says keychains were invented so that you can misplace or lose all of your keys all at once. I know it. Well, it's more efficient. You know, Canada exports 80% of the world's stash of maple syrup. Trump, Trump wants a share. Uh, okay, so Eileen says that she was waking up. Okay, did you miss the the head reversion? Okay, you guys are talking. Okay, John says the awkward moment when you gently toss your phone on the bed and it decides to bounce off 3 walls, knock down 2 lamps, and hits the dog in the chops. Okay, so John, thank you for being patient with me. I actually joined John's weekly quiz. I and I think I haven't looked yet today. Have I? Is there more to, than what I saw yesterday? Did I miss stuff? Anything to do with numbers, I avoid. There are those of us who will never ever have a perfect score. No, um, but anyway, is there more? Well, Eileen will tell me. We talk about it. Okay, so I'm just scrolling down, scrolling. Scientists have discovered that if you jog backward, you put weight back on. John, that's the same concept of if you drive backward enough, you can set your odometer in your car back. That used to be true, but we have electronic odometers now, and I think it only registers the forward rotation of tires. Okay, so Prairie Queen says, right? Okay, Prairie Queen, when I was commenting about, an actor and as a governor and actor in the White House. Prairie Queen says, "Oh, yeah, Robin, I can top your actor." How about a drama teacher who took a couple of years off to tour Europe as a leader? Really? Okay, John Walkley says, "I'm wearing a hoodie and shorts tomorrow because I'm so confused about the weather." I hear you. Okay, so so Eileen told me I'm still behind on the chat. Eileen says that goat means greatest of all time. Okay, I'll take it. I'll call that. I'll call myself goat. Yeah, Eileen, spring feels lovely. Eileen, it isn't that a perker upper? I have my front windows open and the blinds open, and I have here in my dining room, I don't have the window open, I have the blinds open. But God, it's pretty. I'm looking out my dining room window. And it's just, and I have this pretty neat fig tree outside my dining room window, but it doesn't seem to be leafing. One fig tree, I don't know, but it gets these huge, huge leaves. And I think they have treated either the soil or something. It doesn't drop figs anymore. Boy, was that ever a nuisance? Because the maintenance here in the grounds is really good, but dang, in a like a warm seasonal whatever drop of the figs, I mean, a bunch would drop, and then there were flies. The squirrels just were in heaven, and the possums. But oh dear, I'm glad I don't have my window open because I see a cabinet open outside my window. There's a cabinet that houses electrical lighting controls. Anyway, I can see that I don't see a person, but I see that the door is open. I'm glad I don't have my window open. Okay, I am going back over to the chat. I want to finish this up before I get to Angelyne. Okay, I'm scrolling. You guys are just okay, so I'm scrolling down. Everybody can I'll catch up with this later or but I'm okay, so I'm okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so John is answering my question about the the quiz. Eileen says it rounds on the quiz. I need to go. Oh, 4 rounds on the quiz, says Eileen. You need to go back over it. Okay. Oh, Eileen says John's been to Japan. He's been everywhere. Ask him a place. No. Oh, I might, but no, not right, not right. Psychic Dashton the Vampire Slayer. Boy, honey, you have been so busy over in your channel. He is doing these transformations and he's been doing astrology stuff and he's just and you guys, Psychic Dashton the Vampire Slayer is just a delight. Yeah, I love him. Yeah, okay, John is popped back in saying hi to Eileen. Hi, Dashton. Making nice over there. Okay, why is my voice so high? Holy. Philip Blair? Howdy. Aloha, Philip Blair. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Psychic Dashton says authentically Shani, the Virgo, is on. She reviewed your Astrology Dark Gov roasting review on Chantal Foodie Beauty YouTube. Really? Yeah, you are getting around, Dash. Yeah. Eileen, surprised to see Philip Blair, says aloha. Okay, so I am just scrolling down, scrolling down. Okay, so here here's the deal, you guys. My my thumbnail is a picture of the open trunk of a celebrity here in Los Angeles, but goes by the name of Angelyne. When I She is famous for having billboards all over Los Angeles of her in various, like throwback pinup kind of poses. And they were colorful and big and bombastic, all along Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard. You would see them everywhere. Santa Monica Boulevard. Uh, yeah, Angelyne posters. And they were just, when I first came to LA, that's, kind of a hick 25 years ago. You know, people used to like come into Los Angeles for like a concert, but never like, never really knew anybody who lived in Los Angeles. But anyway, dazzling, you guys. Whole other world. But the Angelyne posters were the first jaw-dropping thing I encountered coming to LA. And um, it was like legendary. And my friend said, "Oh, she's famous for not doing anything." Before the Kardashians and Real Housewives of Beverly, all those. Yeah, she was the first. She was the pioneer, Angelyne. Yeah, and I'm going to. And okay, so in my description, I put a link to her website where you can buy posters and T-shirts. I think she has coffee, she has everything. Anyway, it's her blog, Angeline's blog, and you can buy T-shirts and stuff. So, but anyway, I have met Angelyne. I have met her. Oh, and Getty Images. Getty Images has 5 pages of Angelyne images. I don't know if I can. Okay, I'll grab a tab and see if I can get away with it because boy, Getty is tough. Man, you show a Getty image, they have high-priced bot reviewer things, and they will find you, they will hunt you down, they will find you, and they will penalize you. So don't ever use a Getty image without permission or credit because we did it by accident one time, and holy shit, we got nailed for what, $1,500 demanded by Getty Images because we used, or somebody on our behalf who made a website for my boss, um, used a benign image of sugar cubes in a glass bowl. That was all it was. And because my boss was mentioning, the dangers of, sugar. Getty, after what, maybe 5, 6, 7, a lot of years, Getty, we get a notice from Getty, and she paid because Getty is the whew, big gorilla. But anyway, I'll do it so toward the end of the stream, um, in case Getty says no, you can't use that, and I'll just clip it off because I don't think they can charge me anything or penalize me because their name's all over, the Getty Images page. So, huh. Anyway, several years ago, I was in a, I'd just gone shopping and big shopping, at Vaughn's. At Vaughn's, it was called Vaughn's Fair, Vaughn's Fresh Fair. Big, big, big supermarket, one of our biggest. Um, and and I was wheeling my groceries out, and parked next to me in the parking lot was this pink Corvette. Whoa! Well, by that time I had seen some stuff in LA. I didn't associate it, but crazy stuff. Nice cars. Oh, Lordy, nice cars. Speaking of that, well, they're not nice, but we have so many of those Tesla tanks spotted around here. Like anytime I go out beyond, my little perimeter here, perimeter, I, s- there are Teslas, ugly as mud. Um, but anyway, oh, pink Corvette. So I unload my groceries into my trunk, and I take my cart back. And then I come back to my car and I get in my car. And as I'm, strapping in, getting ready to put the key in the ignition, I look in my rearview mirror and I see this movement, and it's all in pink and sparkles and big blonde hair. And was it, and the sparkly boa jacket, I remember this boa jacket was edged in Barbie pink marabou. Saw this in my rearview mirror. And then it hit me. She just had a little bag. She didn't have a big old cart. She had a dainty little bag walking. And so okay, that's Angelyne. So I get out of my car and I said, "Are you Angelyne?" And and she says, "Yes." Okay, I gotta tell you, she's little. She is little. I'm not very big. I'm 5'3". Okay, 5'3". She was wearing platform slides with support pantyhose. She's so cute. Short, mini skirt, man, short, and great legs. Gotta tell you, great legs. But she's little, and so I get out of my car, she says yes, and the next thing I said I've seen your billboards, and the next thing she said was, "Do you want to buy a T-shirt?" And as she's saying that, she's opening up her trunk, and just like you see in that picture, it was exactly like that. Her trunk had um, was it magazines and T-shirts of all sizes. It was dazzling. I was just absolutely dazzled. And I I said, "Oh my God, I just got all my groceries." I said, "I don't have a penny on." And so she gave me her card. And yeah, God, I wish. And she says, "Call me and you can order with a credit card." So she could. I never did. I never did. You know, I just spent a buttload of money on groceries, and I had. I wish I had money. I would have bought a T-shirt. I would have bought a T-shirt, but I met Angelyne, and ever since then, it's like once you buy a Volkswagen, you see Volkswagens everywhere. Okay, so ever since then, I have seen her, like especially after that, going to and from work from LA to where I live in the valley. I would see her occasionally down the uh, Laurel Canyon. I have seen her a couple of times, um, and going down the boulevard on this side of the hill. Yeah, I've seen her occasionally, maybe 3, 4, 5 times after that. But isn't that a hoot? Okay, so I'm going to try to. Okay, so I'm looking over in the chat. Everybody's still greedy. Okay, so I'm going to um, present. I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to try this. Present, share screen. I'm going to show you. Um, oh, I see that Eileen messaged me on Facebook. I didn't get it yet, Eileen. I'm like, okay, so, oh, in fact, there are two instances of you messaging me on Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, there's Angelyne's official store. Ah, Okay, here it is. I'm going to share. Okay, can you guys see that? There it is. Okay, there is Angelyne. Is that a hoot? I'm going to. Okay, so there she is. There she is. Is that scrolling? It is. Oh, what a hoot. You guys enlarge your screen to see that. That is Angelyne. Is she the greatest? Um, yeah, I'm okay, I'm scrolling down some more. Yeah, okay, I see she's wearing in these pictures, this is in her latter years. She's wearing more sensible shoes. You notice she's way more sensible shoes. That's There's her pink Corvette, and her license plates say Angelyne. Is she just not darling? Look how cute. And she is really, really dazzling. And she has a really big rack. You got, yeah, big. So you guys go check it out. You can say that you know somebody who has actually met Angelyne, star of many, many. Oh, look, there are 9 pages of Getty images of Angelyne. Look at. Is that? Yeah, that's her around town. Oh, oops, oops, oops. There's my news feed. God, that pisses me off. But yeah, look at. And okay, her real name is Renee Goldberg. Renee Goldberg. She is 4 years younger than I. She was born in 1950. Her parents were interred. Her father was like a mechanic, and he worked in the prison camp as an ace mechanic. And I do believe that he worked out here for Lockheed Martin when he came to America, worked on Skunk Works, where, my kid's dad worked on Skunk Works. Yeah, that super duper, yeah, black, yeah. We had a patch, one of those sew on patches for Jack. But anyway, yeah, her father, but anyway, she stopped being Renee Goldberg uh, early on, and she changed the name to Angeline. And yeah, that was, post World War II, and it wasn't cool to be Jewish. Like, still isn't in some instances. But yeah, it wasn't cool to be Jewish. But okay, so see those platform slides she's wearing there? Yeah, that's the sort of shoe she was wearing. Yeah, so I'm looking on my notes. Oh, and you know what? She does have a fan club. Angelyne has a fan club. So I went to join, and you guys, this is how you know you've made it. They are not currently accepting applications for joining her fan club. Isn't that great? Is that just, this is the greatest thing ever. I love her. I love her. Look at, I don't know who these people are. Who are these people? Okay, that's the end. Okay, so it isn't 9 pages. It's 3 pages of Getty images. Yeah, so I am taking that down. Okay, so now I'm going to, okay, present. Okay, this is the last thing. This is the last thing. Share screen. And here is, um, there's her. This is the only official Angelyne shop. And it's in her signature pink. And it's just, oh, look at over here on the left. Okay, Angelyne, the movie, they got an actress there, an actress portrays her. Um, she did run for governor. Why the heck not? Angelyne, why the heck not? Might as well. We could do worse. We have done worse. We've proven that more than once. Okay. Merch and apparel shop. You can buy goodies. You can be a patron. You can buy Angelyne bras and panties. Really? There's a memorabilia auction. You can buy. Look at you guys. You can buy a ride in the pink Corvette. And I'll bet she would. Oh, that's another thing. She charges you $20 for a picture with her. If you want to take a selfie with Angelyne, uh, pull out your wallet. She is a businesswoman, you know, through and through. She does it right, too. Okay, so look, there's cosmetics. You can get emojis called emojilines. You can buy a cameo. You guys, she has it covered. Brilliant. Angelyne Brava. You are you're you are a superstar. I love her. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, blanking her out. I hope I don't. Okay, Eileen sent me shit over there on Facebook. I'll look at it later. Uh, but anyway, so there you have it, you guys. That's Angelyne, and it's yeah. Thank you for watching. And maybe today wasn't as boring as usual. Um, haven't heard from Maggie. She's back on Facebook. Wanted to catch you guys up because she wanted me to tell you that somebody hacked into her goods on Facebook, but she's back now. So she didn't ask me to tell you that, but I'm telling you that because I saw her. She's back on Facebook. So yay, Maggie, wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now. You missed Angelyne, Maggie. Um, but I hope you'll watch it on the replay or the uptake or the influx or the overview or okay, so next Sunday, what is next Sunday? It's March 16th. What do we do next Sunday? Anything happening? Anything happening? When's Easter? Is that the 30th? Is that 30th? Oh, yeah, too. We just today was date at what after midnight this morning. It's daylight savings time. We sprung forward, and it's just such a booger. Why do you do that? Another way to keep us slightly off balance. Boy, I used to, when the light changes, like when I was working, it driving to work with a different light in the sky in the morning, when that was a prep or going home in the afternoon, in the wintertime you go home in the twilight dark. By the time you get home it's almost dark. Um, and then you get home at daytime in the sun. It's just yeah, hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. No, I don't hate anything. In this time of my life, trying to incorporate more Zen, I don't hate anything. It's annoying. Daylight savings time is annoying. Either leave it one way or leave it the other way. The people in charge of, the time bosses who have the power to change this, yeah, I'm sure the same people who ruin, family farms and shit, so the farmers don't need to get out and milk the cows or get the livestock to market. But with that extra hour you're giving them just by, you know, breathing, I'm going, Om. Okay, so I'm gonna go uh, make some spaghetti sauce. I buy the cheapest jar of spaghetti sauce I can find and the cheapest big can of crushed tomatoes. I get Italian style. They're like 89 cents. And then, mushrooms and bell pepper and onion. gonna make it, and I bought a bag of frozen. You know, taking shortcuts is, I embrace shortcuts in cooking. I bought this bag of frozen Italian style meatballs. This is my second bag of these meatballs, and they're darn good. And they're already cooked. So you take out a handful, for whatever. So I'm going to use maybe half of them in this big pot of spaghetti sauce I'm making, and then I'm gonna make a big batch of spaghetti and then portion it out and put it in the freezer. So freezer food, and I'm also going to make, because I have some ham left, I'm also going to make a pot of lima beans. But I'm going to soak them overnight this time because depending on how old the dried beans are, man, if you don't soak those things overnight, they are tough and and they won't burst. The bursting of the beans is what helps thicken the soup and like a really thick lima bean soup. And they didn't do it the last time because I took all the shortcuts. Some shortcuts are not wise. And I was so disappointed. So anyway, this batch of lima beans, I'm gonna soak them overnight. I'm gonna do it the right way. And so then that'll be more freezer food. So there you have it. Oh, and I have some frozen Texas toast bread to have with the spaghetti. Yeah. So hearty meals for the end of winter. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get to that, and and I'm going to sit here and reflect on the fact that I have clean laundry. It means a great deal. Okay, so okay, Prairie Queen, you love lima beans. That is my favorite bean soup is lima bean soup. If you make it right and don't, they are just heaven. Yeah. Talk about a food that gives you a hug. That is true comfort food for me. Yeah, lima beans. Another thing is chili, my white lady chili. It's not white chili. It's chili made by a white lady from Ohio. But it's spicy, but I love my chili because I use kidney beans, a lot of them. Okay, so John says, what are lima beans? They are, what else are they known by? They're known by something else. In Peru, yeah, ham and lima beans, yeah. And then I also will add a couple of drops of uh, hickory smoke. Yeah, Prairie Queen, butter beans. Butter beans. And there's yet another name too. And they're okay, the Peruvian lima beans, I bought those one time, and they're a surprise because number one, they're huge. After they're cooked, they're bigger than your thumb. They are enormous. And the skins are really tough. But they do in Peru is they cook them, cool them, rinse them, drain them, and they make a salad out of them. They put dressing uh, over these beans and other stuff too. Maybe like I think I would put like mandarin oranges in there and pecans and beets. So I have to get up out of this chair and go cook something because I'm getting cookish. So anyway, you guys, on behalf of Head Jobby and myself, I wish you a good rest of your day or evening or afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys. I love every damn one of you. Thank you for showing up and showing out and showing off with me. Um, I'm going to close out. Can you guess what I'm going to close out with? Here he is. Here he is. You guys, be kind to each other, love yourself. Um, That's all I have to say. Take care. Bye. Here's Wendell.
To the same freaking. Well, I read.
Okay, bye. I love you all.